Okay, I'm live.
Because there's different ways you can get one from maybe a portable wall to an archbishop shed to a phone. So there's so many different options. So it's part of the price range that it's going to cost. So the recommendation is just to open for RFQs, which is basically almost like express proposals, but instead we're looking for professional services. In this case, it would be engineering services to get somebody to come up with different options from basically a low end, not talking in terms of quality, but talking in terms of inexpensive, and to a high end, and decide if you want to use the middle of those, if you're away from the things board, which as of right now is fun, but if you want to keep different options, and right now this would be the best, the next step.
Any comments from the citizens?
Motion to act on the issuance of a request for qualifications for engineering services for the pavilion and the Sugar grounds.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we're gonna go to finance, which is consider an act on designating signatories for a bank account at the Texas class related to the Series 2024 certificates of obligation.
Hi, yes. We're gonna be funded on March 13th on the notification of the council issue on February 12th. And we're gonna be opening the bank for Texas class to go ahead and happen on the end. So we're correct, so we can open the account, and the signatories on the account will be the same ones that we have right now, which is
This is all strictly for the fire and police project, right?
Yes, the reason why is because we're needing to account for those funds separately, because the interest rate is so high. We need to on interest.
I don't know how to turn on CC.
Therefore, we didn't have to report that to the IRS.
Any comments from the citizens? Any comments?
I make a motion to act on designating signatories for a bank account at Texas class related to the Series 2024 certificates of obligation.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question? Was this money,
Come up here.
is this money,
If, you need to direct those comments to the council members.
okay, is this money the money that was spent, what was, allotted on the project to build the police and fire department? No money has yet been spent out of that account?
That is correct. We are not fully, we're not funded until March 13th. We're not gonna receive those dollars until March 13th.
Okay, so no money has been spent?
Correct, because we have no money to spend.
So I need to, thank you.
Anybody else? Give a second on Terry's motion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I still vote no because the project was not voted on by the city.
Okay, now we're gonna go to city council staff announcements.
Yes, Mayor and Council, the municipal judge, would like to make an announcement about her.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I have two things. We just, Assistant Chief Aaron Jones and I, participated with the, Corpus Christi Municipal Court and area municipal courts. They did their launch, February 15th, in promoting, Texas Warrant Roundup. And, we had 2 weeks of amnesty, and it just ended, this Friday. So now we're moving on forward for the, warrant roundup. And, on the amnesty, we, gave the people that have outstanding warrants an opportunity to come in and settle, we worked something out with them without getting arrested. So we have provided the police department with a list of, defendants that have, outstanding warrants. And so for the next, 2 weeks, we're going to, be providing, the police department's going to be, knocking on doors and arresting people. But we really promote the amnesty period because we don't wanna go, we don't want to go that route and having people arrested. Also, we, got an email, announcing that, court was a winner for the, traffic safety award and, on the low volume winners, and our category, I should say, for the state of Texas. And we compete throughout the state, and we promote traffic safety, and we participate in different events during the National Night Out, as well as at the school events. Any time that the community has any activities going on, our court is out there passing out material promoting traffic safety at the schools, also educating the students, and in any way that we can to put out the information out there. So I just wanted to let the citizens or our city know that we have put the city of Aransas Pass in the map by competing throughout the state and being one of the winners in the size of this city, and we were selected as one of the winners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, now, I'm gonna read this so we can remember this. During city council meetings, members of the public shall not engage in shouting, unruly behavior, defamation, personal affronts, profanity, or threats of any kind. All comments from the audience shall only be addressed to the mayor and council. Citizens who violate these rules will be asked to cease the violation, and if the violation continues, the mayor will ask the person to leave the meeting. And we're gonna go to citizen comments. Citizen comments are intended for the matters that are not scheduled on the agenda. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes and state your name and address for the record. Be advised that the Texas Open Meeting Act prohibits the city council from responding and discussing your comments. The law authorizes the following: make a statement of factual information, recite existing policy, advise that this subject may be placed on the agenda for a subsequent meeting. Here we go.
Okay, I got a request. You've had several bulky item pickups and cleaning up the city and stuff, but in the last, I'm gonna say 17 years, y'all haven't had one. David, if you don't mind, cover your left ear, so this will stop it now, okay? Have a chemical cleanup. I have got, and I know I'm not the only one that's got a bunch of spray stuff and paint that need to get rid of. Like to do it legal, but unless you have a cleanup, it won't get done legally.
Mr. Mayor and Council, we will, we do hire, we do regular cleanup, but we will look into this, can't answer it right now.
It's a good idea. Good idea.
And if I recall, there's a place at the, San Patricio County Navigation at the marina to dispose of oil and stuff. Yeah, there is. It's up there by the harbor master.
Ms. Scruggs, you can stay. I'm not going to be saying fuck a lot this time. I owe you some apologies. One, for the way I dress. As a professional, I've neglected to come to these meetings appropriately dressed, perhaps not looking like your definition of a professional. I've worn t-shirts, I've worn hoodies, when such royalty as yourself deserves Sunday best. After all, I think the mayor said it best when he said we should treat this place with the same decorum as we would a church. Unfortunately, I don't have the access to the city's credit card that the chief does. I can't buy a $1,200 suit. And I ignored the fact that you are to be worshiped in this temple of government, not held accountable. I apologize. Number two, for the way I talk. I didn't realize that being way down here in southern Texas, it's entirely possible that word of the ratified 1791 Constitution that included the First Amendment might not have hit these parts yet, and that you're supposed to obey them. I meant to bring a copy for each of you, but my scribe ran out of parchment paper, molted flight feathers, a quill, and an inkwell. I apologize. I apologize for the company I keep. Chief Blanchard tried to warn me long ago during a meeting that he recorded and hasn't yet released that Mr. Followwell was a criminal. I should be careful with whom I associate. Apparently criminals aren't allowed to have attorneys or something like that. But we'll find out soon enough. I should have listened. I didn't take the time to see things from a tyrant's perspective. I apologize. But all that changes now. Chief Blanchard was right. Anyone can Google stuff. Anyone can quote case law. We just didn't have the facts. We've just been wrong all this time when we spoke to you about gun rights, when we spoke to you about free speech, when we spoke to you about warrantless searches and faulty warrants based on no probable cause. When we demanded equal treatment of the law, we were just wrong. When we tried to educate you on the meaning of rubbish. By the way, just look in a mirror. After all, Chief Blanchard has been a cop for 24 years now. You all have been tyrants your whole life. Who are we to ignore this experience? Maybe you are the ones that are right all along. Last time I was here, Chief Blanchard gave me some advice, and I'm finally going to obey. It's important to respect and obey our police chiefs. They know better than anyone in this room what is good for us. They're smarter alone on their worst days than all of us are collectively on our best days. Otherwise, surely you wouldn't keep this guy employed as your police chief, right? So I'm taking the advice he gave me when he threatened to arrest me last time I was here for daring to read the words of the Supreme Court. When he said, "Stop talking and just sue me." Okay, Chief, here we go. These are your lawsuits.
Good job, CJ. Good job, CJ.
Please excuse my ignorance, but could you tell me who the gentleman who just spoke was?
CJ Grisham.
Thank you.
Randy Haskins, y'all know me, David. Mr. Flores, this is a public place, and I want to make a public apology to you. The information that I relayed to the news media was given to me by two chiefs. I relied on that information when I put it in the paper. I now know that it's wrong. I want you and your team to know that I have nothing against you. This is totally wrong, and I publicly apologize to you, and I hope you accept it. Now, last meeting, there was an architect in here, and you voted to pay him $1.2 million or something like that for the police and fire department. Where did that money come from? Pay him? Please don't take twiddle dee twiddle dumb. Somebody tell me something. Mr. City Manager? What are we up here again? We can get an answer. It's comments, comments. Okay, my comment is,
This is to the attorney.
This is citizens' comments, this is not citizens' discussion. You're not allowed to answer any questions for matters that are not on the agenda. You can listen to what they say, you can write down the questions, you may talk to them after the meeting, not during the meeting. It would be a violation of the Open Meetings Act.
This says you can make a statement of factual information.
Wow, we got another joke.
I'm not gonna put up with people that, what we're saying here. Okay?
How dare we correct?
That's great.
Okay, I hope my 3 minutes wasn't interrupted by this conversation.
He still has 3 minutes. He has every right to speak. Nobody's saying he doesn't have the right to speak. He has a First Amendment right to speak. Now, there's certain things he can't say, profanities and things like that.
You're an attorney?
Oh, Lord.
He's not to speak, nobody's stopping me. What I'm telling you is,
Where do you get these attorneys?
Okay, like I said, I'm not gonna put up with y'all disrupting the meeting.
you're not allowed to respond to things not on the agenda.
Finish your 3 minutes. Finish your 3 minutes.
What a joke. Speak, Rick, man.
Mr. City Manager, I sent you a message on January 28th, reference to your attitude toward me. When, I asked you for some information in reference to my inquiry that was brought up on January 16th, 24 council meeting. When I asked you for information, I did expect that you would treat a taxpaying citizen the way you treated me. Exactly the way you treated me. Your rudeness is uncalled for, whether you like me or not. I do pay taxes here, unlike you, and I am do the answers that I ask in a professional manner. Should you find it being rude and unprofessional is within your reach, and being professional is beyond your reach, please assign my request to another person. Did you get that message? Yeah, I think so. You're getting out for the second time. The formal complaint on what you're doing.
They're gonna investigate, by the way.
If you can't hire a city manager that can be professional to people, you need to find somebody else that can. Anybody else that wants one split it. This council, I'm sorry to say, you people need to get your act together. You spent $1.2 million, and I wanna know where you spent that money from. I hope somebody gets with me and gives me that information and tells me where it came from. Also, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Edwards is violating the rules by saying stuff against me in my campaign. He's using a city-owned computer, he's doing it on his time, and he's doing it on, I was interrupted before.
I paused for time.
Okay, but he's doing it on, he did it on a city-owned,
You can request an additional minute.
It says please, it doesn't say shall or will, Randy, you can keep talking.
We're gonna follow the rules.
That's not
I
the
want
rule,
you to
sir.
check into that too, Mr. Mayor, would you please?
Yeah, follow the rules.
That's it.
Do what?
You had your 3 minutes.
Will you please check into that for me?
But you were having a discussion with you between the lawyer and yourself.
I'm
Okay?
just asking you if you will check into that for me. You were over him.
Oh my.
What am I doing
You
here?
forgot to say right now.
Oh, right now.
Right, for real.
Oh, my.
Next.
Joke.
Okay, my name is William Garner. I sent the little thing y'all have to a lawyer on Just Answer. Name is Brandon Asquith. Asked if it was legal. This is what he said. Here's a breakdown of the relevant points, potential problem aspects. Vagueness terms like unruly behavior, defamation, and personal affronts are subjective and open to interpretation. This vagueness could lead to inconsistent enforcement and violate the First Amendment guarantee of free speech. Now, with that said, you also go after people that speak up in this town. You got one of them sitting in the audience, you had another one code violation, but yet we want to be free enough for a petition. I think that y'all go against people to speak out against y'all. Therefore, I think y'all should just start over on that petition and let people know that y'all ain't gonna violate them or confront them for speaking up, because this town right now does not feel like speaking up.
Jason Paul, your nemesis. How are y'all doing, guys? You might want to get you a new attorney because you have a First Amendment right too, and you're allowed to talk to people like that's full of shit. With that said, your minutes, Mr. Ram Gomez, you can get up here and talk for more than 3 minutes. You say please, not will. And if you would like to go back in time, I'll go back in time when this dumbass right here got up. And he talked on 3:15:21. I am talking my 3 minutes, please shut up. All right, 3:15:21. You let that man talk for 16 and a half minutes at this podium. He's not a citizen, but in citizens' comments, he got to talk for 16 and a half minutes. About your dad, Jason. That guy right there got up to defend your dad. No defamation, right? You let him do it. Anyway, it says please, so I'm gonna continue talking after my 3 minutes, just like that man did, unless you'd like to violate my 14th Amendment right, sir. With that said, you violated my First Amendment right today when I wanted to talk about an agenda item you refused to let me. That could also pertain to a 14th Amendment right since you let other people get up here and talk. Get a new lawyer. Anyway, let's discuss Chief Blanchard's continual harassment and your continual harassment against the church in town. But you'll get up here and pray to God, won't you? You have your mommy come up here and pray to God. You go harass the church. Anyway, this man right here uses HB 1925 to church saying you can't camp there. Made up a rule about 51% public place, yada, yada, yada. With that said, he tries saying that's a new law. It's not. It's been in effect for 3 years now. HB 1925, the definition is what he uses for a public place to harass these people. What he doesn't tell them is the rest of the definition explain that it is a political subdivision, which is a separate legal entity of the state. That's private property, buddy. You don't own it, do you? You're not the manager of it? I didn't think so. Section 4805 prohibits camping, provides that the person commits an offense if the person intentionally or knowingly camps in a public place without the effective consent of the officer or agency. It's not designed for private property, you moron. Having the legal duty of the authority to manage the public place. Is the church owned by you guys? No, so leave them alone and quit harassing them. I hope she sues your ass too. Thus, granting Pound Cake the authority to manage the property? No, you don't manage the property. All you are is a lying tyrant, and I call you out on it every single time. You ready, YouTube? This one's gonna be great. Didn't think so. I would have, you play checkers, dude. Play chess. Or get a better team. Like, y'all suck, I beat y'all by myself. Every time. You got a new lawyer, he keeps messing up. Like, y'all are a joke. Anyway, I will continue to contest this council's blatant harassment against our citizens who aren't in your circle, and the hateful disrespect of all our constitutional rights from you people. You even target churches and the homeless. Pathetic. See you guys on YouTube. Oh, by the way, you've been served. Don't go see Boston's now.
And you can't use the city attorney. Good luck.
What was that, Ryan?
Nothing. Crickets.
2308 Sawyer Lane, 222 North. I was gonna say a lot more than I was gonna say, but, people handed out a lawsuit. And I know it's not only one that's getting served. What I understand here, it's like 4 or 5 of them, and you got this one. More like 8, because, stuff that maybe don't do wrong. And if you're doing wrong, why? Why are you doing wrong? Why can't you get up there and do the job you're doing for it? And here you say you're not doing nothing wrong, you don't take nothing. But people are. And if you're all that, why don't you stop? If you're just that perfect little hand,
Amen.
why don't you stop?
Yep.
From doing something?
Amen.
Why don't you call them out? Then you'll be a good council member. But how can you be seen like that? If you know that stuff is probably going wrong. And only, I say probably because I can't prove it. But if I keep doing this, like I plan on it, doing it, then it's gonna turn from probably to known. Right? But if you're all that, do the right thing. Why are you getting all these lawsuits for? Why does it have to come this far? Mr. Mayor, you laughed at this man right here for asking questions or whatever he might have said it wasn't, after asking a question on $1.2 million. That's $1.2 million, that if it's not, that should be, everything having to do with that should be serious. Serious. Hey, okay, regardless of how you come up here and approach it, you're the mayor of Aransas Pass now. You know, I'm sure you get frustrated with everything that happens. The last time I was here, I'm sure you got some frustration with me. Right? Because of what I said and did. But I was upset, and I'm still upset with that. But to laugh and try to downgrade somebody by laughing at them, that's so immature. And then you listen to somebody that I don't think really cares about Aransas Pass. He cares about his paycheck. Right? You know, I care more about Aransas Pass than probably anybody that's done wrong here. Whoever's done wrong in here, I care more about you than Aransas Pass. Joe, I've known you for years at the church, and if you're doing anything that's against Aransas Pass, and your wife's been a face of the church over years, bro, and you're not doing the right thing.
You took money to go to Washington.
3 minutes are up.
Okay,
I'm done. But one more thing, just 30 seconds. Mr. Chief, if I may. That shot for a cop thing that y'all got going on. Over there where I work, I won it's Employee of the Month, right? And they gave me $500 to donate to wherever I wanted. And at the time that I donated it, I looked everywhere to see whoever donated. And I wanted local. So I wanted something for the kids. So I looked on the internet. I didn't know y'all had that going on. Anyway, I found that. Right. And the only thing that
We're pretty much done with the 3 minutes.
okay, now I was just gonna say that. You see, I can't even give nothing right for that.
You can also not to the meeting.
We won't talk to you after the meeting, Andy.
I know they won't. They never do. If it ain't about y'all, it's nothing good.
Call Jason, he'll talk to you.
Was that? Anybody else?
Executive session over a lawsuit. Good luck, guys.
You only have one turn.
Doesn't say that here.
You only have one turn, buddy. You already got your 3 minutes.
Buddy.
You already got your
That's
Buddy.
not on the agenda, Ram.
You got your 3 minutes.
That's not on the agenda.
We're gonna go to the next part.
What happened? Where did the one?
We're gonna go to the next part.
That's the people's money, Ram.
Go on to the next item.
Ram, that's the people's money.
We're gonna go to executive session.
14th Amendment right,
You'll
man.
just understand that they have done
All right.
something with your money and then get to it.
That's the 14th Amendment right.
They're going to the executive session. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. I'm good. You guys take care. Be safe. Be free. Talk to you next time.
Duty of the attorney